Okay, can you guys hear me? Happy New Year. Akaimo Samuel, Happy New Year. I want to wish everyone happy New Year to you all. As you're joining me, I appreciate you telling me your name and the city you're joining me from. Okay, I'm joining from Houston, Texas. And my talk today is benefits of investing in the United States of America real estate market. Shagun, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. I pray this is going to be a great year for all of us. Best year ever, full of increase, abundance, opportunities. Shagun from Abuja, welcome. Okay, so as you guys are joining, your name, the city you're joining from. David also from Abuja. Samuel from Sydney, Australia is here. How you doing today? Okay, so as you're joining, tell me your name and the city you're joining me from. So yeah, I just want to share with you guys benefits of investing in the United States real estate market. As you know, I founded companies that deal with real estate in different countries, right? Faith from Abuja, Franklin from Asaba, welcome. Indy from Bristol, England, welcome. Raphael, where in Nigeria are you joining from? Welcome. Please tell us your name, your city, and invite more people to join so they can learn on today's topic. Victor from Lagos, how are you, Victor? Thank you once again for joining. So I'll be sharing about 4 or 5 benefits. So the first benefit of investing in the real estate market in the US is that you get returns in USD. As you all know, the United States dollar is one of the strongest and stable currency of the world. So being able to do an investment and you get returns in USD is a big deal. And it's one of the biggest benefits because oftentimes most of us, the African country we're from, the currency isn't that stable. So it's only in Africa, particularly Nigeria, that I see a man work hard, get richer, at the same time get poorer. For example, Dangote expanded more his businesses, into oil and gas, built the largest refinery, and in our in the last 10 years, he's become poorer, even by the Guinness Book of Records analysis. And part of it is because the Nigerian naira kept falling down. So what this did was, despite that it was getting bigger, it was indirectly still getting poorer. So the number one benefit of investing in real estate here is that you get returns in the US in USD, meaning that no matter how other currencies lose value, your returns is strong, your return is stable. Now, I must warn you that you don't get the kind of returns in terms of ratio that you get in Africa and the US. So, for example, you could do a stable investment in Africa and the return is 28% and is a stable one, 25% and is a stable one. Okay? Anybody that promises you 25% return on investment here in the US is running a Ponzi scheme. Everybody in the US knows that. So what do I mean? If you're doing business in this part of the world, you are getting returns in single digits, right? 6%, 7% is like good return. In fact, Warren Buffett says if any investment gives you 6% return on investment per annum, it is a good deal. That's what the Oracle of Omaha said. And this is Warren Buffett is like the godfather of investment. Okay? Now, however, there's times you could get 8%, 10%. Real estate sector gives you a far better margin than the stock market will give you. Okay? But ultimately, you must understand that when investing in this part of the world, you are not getting the type of return on investment that you would naturally have gotten in Africa. Does this make sense? If it makes sense, it makes sense. I want to be sure all of you are joining me and learning and you're getting value. For those of you just joining, welcome. Tell me your name, your city. I'm sharing on benefits of investing in the United States real estate market. Okay? And what I've shared so far, if it's of value, just type. It makes sense. Thank you, Nectar Birmingham, for that. Thank you, all of you are typing. It makes sense. Very good. So, the first benefit, you are earning in USD. Number two benefit of investing in the US, okay, is the fact that you are, the market is huge. The market is huge. So when you do real estate investment in the US, it's like you're doing real estate investment across multiple countries, even though US is one country. So I give you an example. The real estate dynamics in New York is different from that of Texas. The one in Texas is different from that of Florida. Okay? And of course, every country, even when it comes to, if you're a property agent, as you know, certain license, being a licensed realtor in a particular state doesn't give you the license in another state, right? So that tells you what you're talking about. The market is huge. America has over 300 million people. Texas alone is as big as Nigeria. Once you remove just one state in Nigeria, that is the size of Texas. You can drive from one end of Texas to another end, okay, for over 7 hours. And is big. So investing in the US, in the real estate market here, you are dealing with a very huge market. So the opportunities are wide, they're big. Tomorrow I'll be sharing with you about, 7 different ways to do real estate here in the US, okay, to make good returns on investment. So the market is huge, the opportunities are many for you to make money. And that's one of the benefits. So you're not limited, you can decide to do fix and flip, look for properties that, one of the speakers, I have an event this Saturday and I want you to attend. It's called the Diaspora Real Estate Wealth Conference, right? One of the speakers coming, she's going to be teaching about fix and flip, right? And she was sharing how, by the way, I hope you've gotten your ticket. Victor Smartwear says he can't wait for Saturday event. I hope you've gotten your ticket, Victor. It's not just, I can't wait. You need to get your ticket. Okay, so send me a DM if you haven't gotten your ticket. You need to get a ticket. I think today is the last day for discounts for the training we're having on Saturday. And you can attend if you're not in the US. There's a physical class taking place here in Houston, Katy. There is the virtual session as well. So you can attend from anywhere in the world, the Diaspora Real Estate Wealth Masterclass. You don't want to miss it. But one of the speakers, Maria, was sharing with me when we got talking about planning for the event. She said, Dr. Stephen, I got a client of mine a property in the US. I got her to get a lender. Okay, and that's the number 3 benefit of investing in the US. Good funding. I'll talk about that later. Now, she got a funding for the person put in about, $2.something million, and got funding for it. And what was funny, the rental, the monthly mortgage on the property was about $35,000 or over $35,000 every month. However, that's not the story. What was beautiful was that the income, rental income on the property, was over $50,000, right? So easily, her client was able to pay the mortgage on it because this was about 50-something units. But not just that, the client was able to eventually sell the property, ladies and gentlemen, for $5 million, making over $2 million in profit. Where else in the world can you do that? Okay? Is this making sense, guys? If it makes sense, type "this makes sense." Come on, talk to me. So you buy a property, you got funding, first of all. So it wasn't all your money that you used to even get the property. Now, you were able to get residual income every month because what you are paying the bank every month was way lesser than the rental income. So every month, you are making over $25,000 already. That's a huge profit to start with. Only to then sell it, okay? And what you bought for over $2 million, you sold it for $5 million and made over $2 million profit. So the US market, real estate market, is huge, and so is the opportunity to make money. So is the kind of returns you can get. The returns is huge. And however, let me warn you, and this is very important, you can only do the business with knowledge. Everybody type knowledge. Come on. Everybody type knowledge. Because the biggest mistake a lot of people make, they want to do real estate in the US, but they don't prioritize the knowledge aspect of it. Okay? You see people telling you, oh, what's the big deal? I can do it on my own. That's not how it's done here. Okay? Before I started some heavy investment in the US market, I had spent, and I kid you not, God is my witness, over $300,000 learning real estate from big people here in the US. Okay? Paying them, one of them I paid $50,000 per session. Everybody say $50,000 per session. I pay one more time, man, and I did about 4 sessions with him. That was already $200,000 just to understand the real estate market in the US. So oftentimes, when people see what I do, they are scared, and you see them say, Dr. Stephen, where is the boldness coming from? I said the boldness is coming from the fact that I have sat with billionaires, people who started real estate here in the US, okay, with as little as $100,000, with as little as few money, and they are controlling over $4 billion in real estate. I have sat with such people, okay, and listened to how it is done. And when you have knowledge, okay, you'll be bold. Good knowledge, the right knowledge, gives you boldness, gives you audacity. So many of you are scared to try big things because you are not knowledgeable about those things you're trying to try. You're not as educated, you're not as informed, okay? And then you want to try. There's no way you won't be as afraid. Sometimes people say, Dr. Stephen, how do I become bold like you? The answer is simple. Invest in knowledge like me. That's all. If you can invest in quality information like I have done, you will do well. So, number 2 benefit of doing real estate in the US is that the potential for profit is huge because the market is also very large and big. Okay? And that's the opportunity. For me, one of the things I love about it is that sometimes some states is having bad, season in the real estate sector. You could have some other state doing very well. So you have the opportunity to say, okay, well, maybe this city isn't doing well. Let me move to another city. More people are migrating to that. So for example, right now, New York isn't really the best place for real estate in terms of good return on investment. Okay, of course, the new mayor and the new governor are trying to change things, but Bomo, created a lot of restriction, a lot of policies that were really anti-growth in New York. I even had wanted to invest heavily in New York before changing my mind to other cities. Okay? But my argument is that that's the benefit of the US. It's so large that I can say, okay, I'll not do New York. I'll only do Atlanta. Or I'll not do Atlanta. You can, even within a state, you can say, I'll not do this city in this state. I will only do this city, right? So that's benefits of investing. Number 3 benefit of investing in real estate in the US is good funding. Everybody type good funding. Come on, everybody type good funding. There is no, and quote me anywhere, okay, quote me anywhere. No other country has the type of good funding for real estate like the US. Let me repeat myself again. No other country has the type of good funding for real estate like the US. I got a pre-approval for $5 million in 24 hours, guys. 24 hours. There's no other country that will give you that. Okay? No other country. You won't get it anywhere else. Okay? 24 hours, you're getting pre-approval for $5 million. There is no other country that will give you that kind of money. Okay? So, if you know the right things, if you have the right knowledge, you can literally be running a real estate portfolio running to hundreds of millions of dollars. Okay? And I'm talking of access to hundreds of millions of dollars as loan to expand your real estate assets. Once you can show the lender that the real estate asset you're buying is a source of cash flow, and there's evidence of your background, and there's evidence you can pay your mortgage on the property, you'll be shocked the kind of money you can make. You can get access to. So I wonder oftentimes, and that's why we're putting together the Saturday training, because one of the things we'll be doing, I'm bringing Victor Olofimakin, who owns a mortgage bank, and he'll be sharing with you options for funding. Bio will also be sharing with you how to leverage on credit to build real estate here. I think the problem our people have is the knowledge. It's not the opportunities are not there, because there's so much funding here. There's so much. I mean, which other country in the world can you buy a piece of real estate with just 5% down payment? Where else in the world? In other words, you get a lender to give you the remaining 95% if you're a first-time buyer. Okay? You won't get that. You can't get that anywhere in Africa. Dubai also won't give you that. The best that Dubai will give you is 80%. And there's a lot of requirement to even get that as well. Okay? So there is so much that the US market does for you in terms of funding. I repeat, no other country in the whole world gives you the kind of funding for real estate like the US, particularly when it's for investment. When you can prove that, look, this isn't just about me living in it. I'm trying to rent this out. I'm going to be getting rental income from this. I'm going to be able to get cash flow from this. My cash flow is enough to be able to pay the mortgage. All the lender wants to be sure is that you can pay the mortgage on the real estate asset, and they're ready to give you the money. Is this nice or not? Come on, talk to me, guys. Is this a good training? If this is good, type this is good. This is good information. Come on. I need your energy. And please feel free to, as you're joining, your name, where you're joining from, share, invite your friends. This is powerful. I'm sharing on benefits of investing in the United States of America when it comes to real estate. Okay, what are the benefits? A few weeks ago, I talked about the UK. benefits of investment, because sometimes people ask me, like, Stephen, you do real estate in the UK, in the US, in Dubai, in Nigeria. I need to understand the various markets. I need to understand, benefits of each market. Tomorrow I'll be back again, and I'll be sharing with you tomorrow the types of real estate investment opportunity you can do here in the US, right? But today I'm just telling you the benefits, and the third benefits is the fact that you actually here in the US can get good funding for you need to know the right people, you need to have the right information, and you need to know the right people. Because even if you know the right people and you don't have the right information, the right people cannot release their money to you, right? When the lender is talking to you, he wants to see that you understand how the real estate market works here. He wants to listen to the fact that you understand how to make it work. Okay? And that is very powerful. So you're all welcome. Thank you, for joining us. You're all welcome. KB's from Katie. I hope you've registered for my events taking place this Saturday, Diaspora Real Estate Wealth Conference. You don't want to miss it for anything in the world. We're going to be learning about building wealth with real estate in the US, in the UK, in Dubai, in Africa. So we'll be touching all these various markets, and it's a good way to start the year with quality information, and you'll be meeting quality people. We have great speakers who are, what I love about my speakers is that they're doing well. When you have speakers that are very successful and just want to give back and just want to, add value to you, those are kind of people you really want to talk to, right? Somebody saying, consider Canada. Yeah, we'll do Canada at some point. There's no problem. Probably you live in Canada. Right. So number 3, good funding is available in the US when it comes to real estate. Number 4, which is why I prefer the US to Canada, is that there are certain types of real estate investment you can do that is not taxed, that there is no tax, right? There are certain types of real estate. I will not go into details. You can come on Saturday and learn more about that. But part of the benefit, which you may not even get in Canada, is that there are certain types of real estate you can do here in the US, and you will get good money, and you don't need to even pay tax on the money. Because one of the major thing that kills in this part of the world, a lot of people don't know that, is the tax. I don't know if you understand what I'm talking about. If you understand, type I understand. The tax system in the Western world is a major reason why it's been difficult for a lot of people to build wealth. And again, even the tax system has left, you can call it loophole, but you see, it's an intentional loophole, because they left it based on certain criteria. So let me give you an example. How did Donald Trump, please everybody type it. Number 4, you can invest without paying tax in the real estate. So there are certain types of real estate investment that you don't need to pay tax on. That's number 4 benefit of investing in real estate. How many of you know that Donald Trump became wealthy by getting 30 years tax free on certain projects? So some projects, Donald Trump will build those projects and insist that the city gives him 30 years tax exemption. If you know this type, I know. If you don't know type, I don't know. Okay? Because one of the ways to the rich in the US become rich is by being able to get tax exemption. Okay? And how did Donald Trump prove it? Say, hey, you know what? I can, I'm generating this number of jobs. I am bringing this number of money to, you still make a lot of money from VAT in this establishment that I'm putting together. Like I said, I'm not going to go into details. Come for the conference and you learn more. The conference is hybrid. It's both physical and virtual. So if you're not in Houston, or you're not in the US at all, because people are flying down from everywhere. Maryland, people are flying down from Indianapolis, people are flying down from different parts of the US for this particular event. So you don't want to miss it for anything in the world. I promise you that. If you're in the US, you fly down. But even if you're not in the US, we're streaming it live and you can watch it virtually. So you just go register and you're part of the event. www.steveactel.com/Diaspora REC. Okay? And we'll get to talk to you about some of the tax, the types of investment in the real estate sector in the US that you get returns without even paying tax on those returns. But back to the conversation I was saying, one of the ways some of the top real estate guys made money in the US, particularly Donald Trump, was that they were able to insist on getting certain tax deductions based on the project they were doing. Okay? And so the US has a way, I mean, there's so many options and you'll be learning them. Insurance is one of those options, and Deepo is coming and is speaking on certain types of insurance that we start giving you returns, and you can put those returns into real estate investment, and it still protects you into the future if anything goes wrong. So you'll be learning that as well. But it's important to know that number 4 benefit of investing in real estate in the US is that there are certain types of real estate investment that you don't even get to pay tax on the return on investment that you're getting. I hope this makes sense. If it makes sense, type it makes sense. What I even love about the US is the fact that I shared that earlier, is that if I'm doing a real estate investment and most of those opportunities allow me to still be able to take a loan. So majority of what I've even put in is a loan of some sort. Yet I can make profit, and there are ways to still be able to have some of those profits and I don't even get to pay tax on them. That is another amazing benefits why you want to consider real estate. Now, also, it depends on the city you are investing in real estate in. Certain cities, even when you are paying tax, they have a more reasonable tax that you pay. So that's also a factor that you consider. There are different cities, different tax brackets, for different cities. But also it's important to highlight the fact that for me, I love the fact that you can bring in your money, because I'm also a diaspora. I'm also, well, I call myself a diaspora investor. I'm also a foreign investor in the US, right? I love the fact that I can bring my money, and I think people who are not living in the US should learn this. I love the fact that I can invest in the US, okay, as someone who is not living in the US, okay, and will still be able to get access to loan. And this applies to those of you coming. But not just that, I will still be able to repatriate my money from the US easily. Now, I've had several countries where you invest in those countries. UK is one of them. And it's really, the system makes it difficult, first of all, to even bring your money to invest and to take your money out. But there are even other countries that are more tougher, right? And also when you compare even the tax you pay in the US compared to that of UK or compared to that of Canada, you know that US is a lot better. Also, when you analyze the ease of doing real estate here in the US compared to that of the UK, it is difficult to do real estate in the UK. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. If you know, just type I know. So America, has been able to build her wealth riding on real estate, particularly commercial real estate. And she's made it easy, whether you're a citizen or you're a foreigner, to be able to invest in this part of the world and to be able to make healthy profit. And for me, I think these are some of the amazing benefits why, of course, you should consider investing in the US. Like I said, tomorrow, I'll be sharing with you types of real estate investment you can do here in the US, just like I did a few weeks ago, sharing with you types of real estate you can do in the UK. But again, you don't want to miss my training. By the way, has this been helpful? If you've learned something good today, just type, "This has been helpful. I've learned something good." Come on, guys, talk to me. If this is helpful and you learned something good, I've mentioned 4 benefits of investing in real estate here in the US. For those of you who join us late, you can go watch it all over again. There's so much gems. There's so much, benefits. So if it's helpful, just type, "This is helpful." But don't miss Saturday event. Saturday event is 11 a.m. Central Standard Time and ends by 5 p.m. And it's a full day, amazing, powerful class. I have 6 speakers. I'm the 6th speaker. Chidele Momodu will be there. Victor Olofimaki will be there. Bayo will be there. Maria will be there. Dipo Additional will be here. Amazing, great, powerful speakers. And we're going to make sure that we not just focus on the US market, but we'll give you knowledge that can be useful for you anywhere in the world. But of course, using US as the major benchmark, since we're doing the event physically from the US, but you can attend from different parts of the world. It's a hybrid event, physical and virtual. You haven't gotten your ticket, feel free to send me a DM or send a WhatsApp message, okay? And I'll send you the link to register. It's not free, it's paid, but today is the last day for the discount we're giving. +1 443 790 3925. WhatsApp chat only. Don't call, just chat. Okay, WhatsApp chat only. And you'll be able to get more details, and you can register tonight. If you register tonight, I think there's a price increase from tomorrow on the tickets. So go register. We have the regular ticket, we have the VIP ticket. The VIP allows you to have lunch with our speakers, take pictures and have a great time with them one-on-one. So you have that one-on-one connection. So you don't want to miss it for anything in the world. Like I said, you can come physically, you can join the virtual session from anywhere in the world. But it's going to be a real life-changing event. Start the new year with good knowledge. I've shared with you 4 benefits of investing in the real estate market in the US. But please know that these are like introduction conversations. You need to further invest in more detailed knowledge by attending conferences. What I'm teaching you in 30 minutes is different from what you'll be able to learn in 6 hours on Saturday. Right? So invest in yourself. I've shared this over and over again. People have always asked me, "Dr. Stephen, how can I be wealthy?" And my answer is simple. Start by getting the knowledge of wealth first. That's the beginning. Okay? Wealth does not jump on anyone. You start with the knowledge of wealth. Like somebody said very powerfully, because we're very religious in Africa, right? Very, very religious. We're a religious nation. Somebody said very powerfully, if amen or hallelujah or shouting is, God bless me, is how to become wealthy, then Elon Musk will have been sleeping in the church. But Elon Musk does not even believe God exists, and he's the richest man in the world. So that tells you that if you're really serious about becoming wealthy, then knowledge is critical. Elon Musk is able to build what he's built because he has the right knowledge about what investment is all about, how to build wealth, really. Okay, so the Diaspora Real Estate Wealth Conference is taking place this Saturday, 6th of January 2024. The time is 11 a.m. Central Standard Time here in Houston, the Westin Memorial City. Okay, and it's starting 11 to 5 p.m. However, you can attend from anywhere in the world for the virtual class because it's a hybrid event. So you can attend physically if you are in the US, or you can come attend virtually. The value is going to be the same. We have LED, we have a streaming team. In fact, the streaming team budget was $12,000 that we are paying for the streaming team. So a lot of time, we definitely we cannot even cover the cost of putting the event together, talk less of making profit, because the LED screens, the media team alone cost us $12,000. This is outside of venue, outside of several other bills. So it's not like a money-making event. It's just charging a token to help cover some of the bills, but we're not even making profit. So it's important to highlight that, because sometimes when we do event, people just think it's just, they're doing event just to make money, just to see what they're charging. But what we often don't know is that cost of setting together events of that quality is way more than what is being charged. I hope this makes sense, right? I hope this makes sense. So it would be to your own advantage to settle down and learn and start the year with quality information that will change your life forever. I shared earlier in this video how before I started heavy investment in the US, right? Before I started, I paid certain people to learn about real estate. Some I paid $25,000. Another man I paid $50,000 per hour. Then I had 4 sessions with him. I went to Harvard University, right, to learn about real estate in the US. Okay? And so, enough of assumption. You need to settle down and get knowledge. You can envy us, but if you don't pay the price we are paying, forget it. If you don't know what we know, forget it. And what we know did not come for free, right? We did not just sleep and then had a dream and we know it. No, we search. The Bible says, buy wisdom, sell it not. Buy wisdom. People struggle because they don't want to buy wisdom. They want to get wisdom for free. Unfortunately, that's not how it works. If that's how it works, then university education will be free. Even here in America, you pay for college, ladies and gentlemen. And yet, those colleges are only sustained by the alumni, despite what you even still pay. Knowledge is not cheap. Somebody say, if you think knowledge is expensive, try ignorance. Try ignorance. So, for me, some of you may think, Dr. Stephen, you paid one man $200,000 to get his knowledge. Yes. But guess what? Here am I, building a whole new city here in Houston, Katy, that is going to cost between $100 to $150 million. And the only audacity that got me to be able to do that was the quality of knowledge I've acquired, that I paid for. And that gave me the confidence to say, let's do it. Okay? So if you're scared to invest, if you are scared, okay, to build wealth, the reason you are scared is because of ignorance. I don't know that you understand this. Oftentimes I have meetings with people and I will say, Dr. Stephen, I'm scared to invest. You know, I've been duped many times. I've lost money. And when they are done with the conversation, I end it by saying, always invest in the knowledge of investment before the investment itself. You lost money because you did not get the knowledge first. You lost money because you felt if you put money into the knowledge, then where will you get capital to then do the investment? But you see, nobody becomes wealthy with their money. Ultimately, people become rich using OPM and OPT. There are two things that everybody eventually used to become rich, not their money. This is the reason why you hear an average rich man tell you, I started my business with $10. I started my business with $5,000. I started my business with $10,000. There's a woman, they just told me she's been able to build a multi-million dollar, luxury fashion business competing with your, top brand here in the US. And she started the business with $5,000, and the business is worth at least over $5 million today. Big time business. But when you listen to these people, you see, if you don't know the secret, you will just be wondering, okay, is it that God does not love me? How come some people have been able to start so small and they became big? What most of them don't tell you is that they got the knowledge first. And it wasn't ultimately that $5,000 that helped them to scale. What they just started it with the $5,000. What they eventually used to scale the business was other people's money and other people's time. I hope this makes sense. This is the reason why when anybody tells me, Dr. Stephen, I need money to start a business, I am always not willing to listen to them. You do not need money to start a business. You need money to scale a business. You need money to grow your business. But to start the business is the knowledge you need, not money. Because there's always a starting phase for every business. And the best place to start a business is the small start. Only the great starts from the top. Everything great starts from the bottom. The safest place to start any great business, any great idea, is to start it from where you are, with what you have, at the level you are. It is when you've started it. Let me give you an example. I stand before God and I lie not. I did not even know my business problem was cash flow, was money, until like 12 years into the business. Okay? And I'm talking of me that I did digital marketing, did media, did IT, and then I did real estate, okay, for 5 years solid. And I did not go to any bank to take loan. I did not go to any institution to take loan. And today, we have billions in real estate assets in Nigeria alone. Right? Nigeria alone. Not even to talk about what we do outside of Nigeria. We are just even about to start taking institutional money. It was when we got here to the US, we started, taking investments for our projects here. But my point is, I never even felt, let me go and take a loan from the bank. I cannot start the business until somebody gives me money. Start from where you are. I started my business with $10. Right? I had my own 700 naira, Nigerian naira. And then the clients who needed my services, it was an SMS service 15 years ago. The client who needed the service gave me 700 naira. I added 300 naira of my money to it. In those days, that was an equivalent of $10. So today, when I say I started my business with $10, people think it's motivational talk. It wasn't motivational talk. That's how I started. Because I started so small. The problem is you want to start big and you don't yet have the knowledge. Because there are two ingredients that eventually help you to scale a business. Number one is the knowledge. Number two is the experience of the knowledge you had. So when you get the knowledge, the other part is now you trade with the knowledge, and sometimes you now understand the dynamics that, okay, sometimes the knowledge is this, but in my own unique situation, okay, this is how I need to then apply it for it to work. I hope this is making sense. Come on. If you're getting value, type, I'm getting value. So I often see people overemphasize. Okay, if only I got money, if only I can get money, if only I can get money to start a business. I repeat, quote me anywhere, you do not need money to start any business. And when I mean money, I mean you do not need to take a loan from anybody to start a business. You need to start with what you have. Your own little savings, your family and friends, okay? And start there. And because that is the safest ground. I know how many people have lost credibility. because they started the business with other people's money. They went straight to the bank to take loan. Some business survive, but those are outliers, not all cases. Particularly because many of us, when we're starting the business, we don't yet have the exposure, and many times we don't really have the in-depth knowledge. So what do you need to start a business? Knowledge. It is not money you need to start a business, it's knowledge you need. I will wrap up with this story of mine. I remember I started this same bulk SMS business many years later. Then at some point, I had the mindset that, capital, I didn't have enough capital. That's why I couldn't scale. So I later was able to get over 2 million naira. This was 2012. I got an office because my mindset was, I need an office. I need to have a radio show. I need to, do some radio advert. Then I'll scale. So I got this 2 million. Ladies and gentlemen, do you know 2-point-something million ended? I got the money in December. January, I opened the office. By February, over about 2.5 million gone. I kid you not. Gone. By the end of 2012, I could not renew my office in Ikeja. Some of the clients that I had acquired in the course of 2012 were now asking for a refund. I couldn't even pay them. So now I ran into debt without even borrowing money. And true story, I started the business back all over again 2013, 2012 from my living room in Songwater without any money. Okay, and years later, this is 20, we're now in Dubai, in US, in UK, in different cities in Nigeria. Okay, only God, and we're about starting a project that's going to cost between $100 to $150 million here in Katy in Texas. So, I'm speaking from experience. What you need is knowledge that comes from trainings, from mentorship. That's ultimately how you grow. It is when you started the business and you now need to scale it. At that point, you would then need other people's money and other people's time. Because ultimately, everybody only scale their business with other people's money and other people's time. That's why you often hear, I started the business with just, $5,000. With just $10,000. Today, we're worth 100 million. Today, we're worth 2 billion. We're worth this billion. It was because ultimately, the money they now use to scale it was not their money. No mortal man has money to scale their own business, including Elon Musk. If Elon Musk had all the money, he would not have taken loan to buy Twitter. He would not have sell his shares to buy Twitter. He would not have gotten investors from he got investment also from Binance owner and some other Arab people who invested in helping Elon Musk to be able to raise just $40-something billion to buy Twitter. So listen to me. If the richest man in the world, and they claim he was worth over 200 billion as at the time he bought Twitter, that same man needed other people's money to buy Twitter, which is now X, that is worth just 40-something billion. Isn't that telling you something? That whenever you are to start a business, your priority should not be money. Your priority should be knowledge and mentorship. Because once you have knowledge and mentorship, you will naturally be able to attract OPM and OPT. Is this clear now? Let me say that again. Once you ultimately get the knowledge and mentorship, you will be able to attract OPM and OPT, which is other people's money. OPM stands for other people's money. OPT stands for other people's time. I see people reach out to me every day. When I look at them, I'm like, wow. They're like, Dr. Stephen, I want to work with you. Dr. Stephen, I want to work with you. Even if you're not going to pay me a dime, I just want to work with you. You are just following you online for the last few years. You're just one of those kind of people I feel working under you, I'm just going to be a better person. Right? So, at a level, you even attract other people's time without even paying them. They will be willing to work for you for free because you have the exposure, You have proven what you have. Same too with other people's time. Today, now every time people reach out to me, Dr. Stephen, I have $100,000. I have, $1 million. I have $500,000. I have $50,000. What do you think I should invest it on? I want to give you the money. What kind of investment do you want me to put it in? That's what I get regularly today. And that only comes because over the years, I've been able to prove, that I know what I'm doing. With the knowledge and the mentorship I've enjoyed, and then putting that to work, I've demonstrated that when it comes to real estate, I know some things. I hope this makes sense at all, right? I've made people millionaires, multi-millionaires in the real estate sector, okay? All over the world by what I know that I've done, that they too now replicated, and it worked for them. I have proven it over the years. But you see, what I always emphasize and work on and invest in has always been get the knowledge first. Get the knowledge first. Know it first. When you know it, money will come. People will come. So, having said that, I cannot wait to see you this Saturday at the Diaspora Real Estate Wealth Conference taking place here in Houston. Okay, the venue is the Westin Memorial City. It's a paid event, but the discount ends today. So go to the website or send me a DM or just send a WhatsApp message to +1 443 790 3925. And you can attend from anywhere in the world. So if you are not in Houston or you are not in the US, people are flying down from different parts of the US anyway. But if you're not even in the US and you're not in Canada, you can't fly down, then you can join virtually. So the event is being streamed virtually as well. Again, both the physical class and the virtual class, you need to register and pay for it. But there's some discount given to you guys. And like I was sharing, just the media bill alone is over $12,000. Okay? And there's no way, if you check the fees from $197, so I mean $197 will even pay $12,000 media alone. That's not part of the cost for the venue itself. That's not cost of some of logistics for some of our speakers. We needed it. That's not including even my own cost implication, marketing, PR that we've had to put into this. So it's not a money-making event. But listen, I've learned over the years, stop investing in people who are not ready to invest in themselves. And I vow, and I mean it, 2024, I am not going to invest in people who are not ready to invest in themselves. You have to show me your readiness to invest in you. Then I can join. And the best example of this is Arsenal versus Man City. I love, soccer, British football, right? Arsenal has built a reputation to only buy players who are skillful, but they are not experienced. Too young. And so they've constantly lacked title. But Man City has only gone for players that are already good. Then Pep Guardiola can then add to with the environment Man City creates, with his own exceptional coaching skills as well, he then moved their skill to a new level. Do you see? And that's why Man City keeps winning title and Arsenal doesn't win title. So I've learned in recent times, only invest in people, okay, who are willing to invest in themselves. Let them demonstrate that they believe they are important enough to put in their money into themselves. Let them demonstrate it. Right? Let them demonstrate. So when you see such people, then you add more money to them. Then you add more knowledge. Then you sit with such people. Then you spend more time with such people. Then you create opportunity to mentor those people more. But to just randomly, because somebody say, help me, and then you rush and go and help them, my hands have been burnt. That's why Yoruba have this proverb, Omo to ba sunpa ni mama egbe, meaning it is the child that raises his hand like this that the mother carries. Okay? 2024. For all of you who call yourself my mentees, you call yourself my followers, if you truly want me to carry you, raise your hand. Take steps. Okay? Enough of take steps that shows that you believe in you. You can't buy books. I've written over 40 books. You won't buy any. I do seminars. Even the free ones, you don't come. The paid ones, you say it's too expensive. And yet, Dr. Stevie mentor me, help me. That's not how I work. That's not how my own mentors helped me. I raised my own hand too before some people helped me. I hope this is helpful for all of you. Come on. Has this class been helpful? If it's helpful, type helpful. Come on. Everybody. Has this been helpful? If it's helpful, just type helpful. I look forward to seeing all of you either virtually, and we're having a fantastic streaming experience. It's the first time we're doing a training and we're spending so much in LED, and it's going to be showing us all our guests, everybody joining. You know, we're hoping we're going to be having a really, really fantastic experience. Even for those joining virtually, to be as if you're with us live, because we're having a fantastic LED that will give a beautiful experience to what is going to be going on. Okay? I cannot wait to see you on Saturday, whether you're coming physically or you're coming virtually. Remember, send me a DM to register, or you can register by chatting me up on +1 443 790 3925. Only WhatsApp message, chat only, don't call, and the details will be sent to you, the link to register, and you can register and secure your seat for Saturday 6th of January, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time to 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Somebody says, how much is it? Go to the website and check, because I don't know the time you will be checking. The price increased by tomorrow. So go there today and check. And some people will be watching this video tomorrow after the price has increased. So go to the website and check. Send me a DM or send a WhatsApp message only. Don't call the number. WhatsApp message to +1 443 790 3925. Do that now, and you get the link to be able to register, either to attend virtually or to attend physically. I love you all. Happy New Year. This is, by the way, my first live streaming in the new year 2024. I'm excited about this year. It's going to be a great year for you, your family. I pray God will bless you, God will increase you, and God will open your eyes to where your wealth lies. God will give you the courage to take the right decisions towards improving your own life this year. May God give you courage. I will pray that prayer again. May God give you courage to take the right action. You see, it's easy to want change, but it's difficult to have the courage to take action that will birth change. May God give you courage to take the right step that will ultimately lead to your own change of story. I love you all. God bless you, and good night. I'm Dr. Stephen Akintayo. Bye-bye.